used to call me Crazy Joe, but now they can call me Batman.
Good morning. Welcome back to Crazy Joe's Concession Stand. I'm Crazy Joe. We got another physical media review for you. Two physical media reviews. We'll do two for one today. A little while ago, some time ago, not long, a couple weeks, Warner Brothers sent me the latest film in the Final Destination franchise to review for you, and I reviewed it here. I'll try to put a link at the end. Final Destination Bloodlines. Now, what's interesting about the Final Destination franchise is I saw the original Final Destination in theaters back in the year 2000, and I hated it. I really hated Final Destination, and as a result, I never bothered to watch any of the sequels. I just, no interest. I was like, this franchise is not for me. Well, Bloodline is the sixth film in the franchise. I haven't seen any of them since the original, and Warner Brothers sent me the sixth one. I kept hearing it's really, really good. Everyone was telling me that. I'd say, well, I didn't like the first one. They go, it's better than the first one. This one's much better. This is the best one they've ever made. So I watched Final Destination Bloodlines. If you watched my review, you know I enjoyed it. I was surprised at how much I enjoyed it. I didn't expect to, but I did. So Warner Brothers, shortly after, there was an opportunity that arose to review two more films in the franchise on physical media. These are films that have already been available on Blu-ray, but apparently they're being reissued. But I got to review Final Destination 2, the first sequel in the franchise from 2003. I never saw this because I hated the first one, so I didn't bother and never watched it. And then The Final Destination, which doesn't have a number in the title, but it's Final Destination 4. So Warner Brothers offered me the opportunity to review Final Destination 2 and 4, both of which are being reissued on Blu-ray, but not the third one. Not the third one. Interesting. I've never seen the third one, but I've seen 2 and 4. Now, I looked into it. Apparently, Part 3 and Part 4 are both very, very standalone. So it's not like there was crucial information I was going to need from Part 3 to understand Part 4. It's not the way it went. So let's take them one at a time. Okay, here's Final Destination 2. This one does pick up from the first film. We have Ali Larter from the original Final Destination. And, subsequently, people know her probably from Heroes. She was on the TV show Heroes after that. And she returns. This time, the first time it was a plane crash. These people escaped a plane crash, and Death was trying to track them down because they destroyed Death's design, and Death wanted to, finish what he started. So going after the people who survived the plane crash. This time, it's a highway accident. One of the main characters, a girl named Kim, has a vision of a highway accident, and she stops the accident from happening. And everybody that she saved then is being hunted down by Death. So she finds this is 1 year after the plane crash, same town. So she tracks down the only survivor of the plane crash because she sees the similarities, and it's Ali Larter. And the late Tony Todd, who made his final film appearance in Bloodlines, returns reprising his role as the morgue attendant named Bloodworth, who is able to advise these kids. He knows things. He knows things about death. So he advises them. This, like I said, this is the first sequel to the Final Destination franchise. I hated the first one, so I skipped this initially. This is pretty good. This is pretty good. This is a much better film than the first one. Much better. What really makes this film stand out, and the sixth one, is the death scenes are so ridiculously over the top. They are so incredibly ridiculous that it just makes them fun to watch. Like they really go all out there on the death scenes, and they make it goofy. There's really not much more to this movie than that. That's really all I can tell you. It's Death trying to finish what he started. They escaped his plans for them to die on this highway. So now he's trying to track them all down. It's my understanding that the character of Kim from this film will be returning in Final Destination 7, the next film. So after I saw Final Destination Bloodlines, I started reading and they said, oh, Kim from part 2 is going to come back in the 7th one. So I kind of thought, I need to see part 2 now. And sure enough, Warner Brothers offered me this opportunity. So how can I say no to that? So there you go. Final Destination 2, You Can't Cheat Death Twice. A real joker, not for the faint of heart. There you go. There's some special features on here. We have a commentary by the director David Ellis and producers Craig Perry, screenwriters Jay McKay Gruber and Eric Breeze. There's deleted scenes with commentary and 3 featurettes: The Terror Gauge, Cheating Death, Beyond the Black, or Beyond and Back, and Bits and Pieces, Bringing Death to Life, plus 2 music videos. So you got a lot of special features on there. There is no digital code and no DVD. All you get is the Blu-ray. And yeah, there you go. Final Destination 2. It is my understanding that these reissues they're putting out, they don't really add anything new. I think this is probably, now I don't have it, so I can't do a compare and contrast, but this is pretty much just a reissue, I think, of the original Blu-ray version of Final Destination 2. You're not really going to, if you've already got the Blu-ray from the first time it was out, you're not really going to gain anything new. Oh, by the way, look at this. Michael Lanz is in this. Michael Lanz. He played Jimmy Olsen on the first season of Lois and Clark. You may remember I recently did a Lois and Clark review. So there he is. Michael Lanz is back. That brings us to The Final Destination, Part 4. Now, I have to tell you, there is a trope in sequel titling that I can't stand, and that is the trope of we're going to add or subtract the word the. You know, like we made Wolverine, now we're making The Wolverine. We made The Fast and the Furious, now we're making Fast and Furious. It's either you add the word the or you drop the word the. We made Predator, now we're making The Predator. I think it is the worst sequel titling trope out there. You know, I guess they're all trying to get away from dropping, putting numbers at the end, like part 2, part 3. So a couple of years ago, they started doing the add or subtract of the. I don't like it. Okay, so this film is the 4th film in the franchise, and it is completely standalone. No characters return. Even Tony Todd is not in this film. And this time it's an accident at a racetrack. And what's interesting is, whereas in the first film and the second film, we had characters who knew the rules. Tony Todd, oh, well, you cheated Death. Now Death is trying to track you down. You had somebody who explained what was happening. They just seem to figure it out on their own in this one. It's a little weird. This one kind of feels like, after watching part 2, this kind of feels just like more of the same. Again, the death scenes are ridiculously over the top and they're fun to watch. But plot-wise, they're not really adding anything new. It's just kind of more of the same. You don't really care about the characters. We're there to watch these guys die. That's why we're there. We want to see them die in creative ways. That's it. It's very watchable. Not as good as part 2. Certainly not as good as Bloodlines. But it's okay. This isn't bad. Apparently, it was originally filmed in 3D. This was a 3D movie when it hit theaters. Sometimes when a movie is made for 3D and then it comes to home media in a flat 2D version, you can see all the attempted 3D gags and they're really obvious. There's a little bit of that, but not that bad. Not that bad. Like if you watch like Friday the 13th Part 3 or Jaws 3D in 2D, you see everything where you're like, well, that was a 3D moment that we didn't get to see. A lot less of that here. So this is a very watchable film. Part 2 is much better, but this is still pretty good. And again, Same thing. We get one Blu-ray disc, no DVD, no digital copy. This movie has one of the weirdest menu screens I've ever seen. You know, normally you get to a menu screen and you have to click on bonus features, and then the bonus features come up. This just gives you everything. All the bonus features, the play movie, like everything is on one screen, and you don't have to toggle away. It's a little overwhelming and a little weird. I've never seen anything quite like it before. So there you go. I want to thank Warner Brothers for sending these for review. I have now seen every single even numbered Final Destination movie, parts 2, 4, and 6. I'm all caught up on Final Destination, the even numbered films. And I've seen part 1. So it just basically means I haven't seen 3 or 5. Someday I'll see 3 or 5, but I haven't seen them yet. So these are back out in stores wherever you get your physical media. Thank you to Warner Brothers for sending these for review. Perfect timing, because I just finished watching the 6th one and I really enjoyed it. All right, everyone. Until next time, keep wearing those pajamas.
Keep wearing those pajamas with the plastic feet. Keep wearing those pajamas. Tell everyone you meet. Keep wearing those pajamas with the back door flap. Keep wearing those pajamas. Don't open it, it's a trap. Oh no, it's a trap. Some people call them PJs, some people call them jammies. They can come embroidered with big money and no whammies. They can have 100 tiny commander pajamas, but no matter how they look, just keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep wearing those pajamas. I know we're having fun. Keep wearing those pajamas. And now the song is done.